So one of sneakers' biggest secrets for next year is out. We got big changes coming to the industry. This involves a new multi-year footwear deal, as it looks like one of Nike and Jordan Brand's premier collaborators will now be taking their talents over to Adidas once again. So just to give you a little hint of who we're speaking on, he's currently in the process of releasing a very ambitious Nike collab, one that expands through multiple brands, including Nike, Converse, as well as Jordan Brand. So if you guessed James Whitner, you are absolutely correct, as it's being reported by Lois Sackany, founder of Snubette, as well as Kari Daniels, aka Sneaker Fetish, from over there on X Twitter, as reportedly James Whitner has a new Adidas deal and product will start to begin releasing in 2025. Now, just to give you guys an idea of how big this is, if you're unfamiliar with James Whitner, he founded his first sneaker shop in 2005, but I feel like things really began to take off for him in 2007 when he founded Social Status in Atlanta. This went on eventually to opening up multiple sneaker boutiques, including Ama Maniere, as well as partnering up with some of your favorite brands in the industry, such as Reebok, Adidas, as well as Nike and Jordan Brand. But I feel like he really started to take note with the release of the Ama Maniere Jordan 3s. Remember that women's pair, the all-white joints, which made a lot of people's sneaker of the year list. I would say that was definitely a huge one. I can't remember exactly what year they dropped, but I would say since then, it seems like Jordan Brand and Nike have been turning up with the collaborations, but kind of since that original drop, the Ama Maniere collab has kind of fizzled out. Of course, this year, his name has been ringing bells for a lot of negative headlines, such as the whole money laundering scandal, which we did see happen earlier this year. But since then, it seems like his name has been cleared of all of those allegations. So it seems like Mr. Whitner is starting off with a clean slate, and come next year is looking to unleash some Adidas collaborations of his own. But of course, I think we are undervaluing as well his whole retail network chain, which includes multiple stores spanned across the country. So of course, we know as he takes his talents over to Adidas, they're looking to regain some of that lost US market share after they lost the whole Yeezy collaboration. So I think they're banking on not only these Whitaker Group collaborations, whether it be Social Status or Ama Maniere Adidas collaborations, but on top of that, I think they're also looking to push a lot of their Adidas products in these various retail locations. Now, as far as the Whitaker Group, currently, of course, they are in the process of releasing that multi-brand collaboration between Nike, Jordan Brand, and Converse, the While You Were Sleeping collection, which so far we've seen them drop the 3s, the 4s, as well as the 39s to kind of mixed reviews so far. And then I believe we still have the Air Force 1s, the Air Max 95s, as well as those Converse joints to still drop. So as I mentioned, kind of mixed reviews so far, which I feel like has honestly kind of been the trajectory of Ama Maniere collaborations ever since those original 3s dropped. I feel like what made those original 3s so appealing would be the quality materials, the colors originally used at the time, the storytelling and everything, as well as the Jordan 3s being a very hot model at the time. So I would say it was kind of more reluctant on those factors and less on the Ama Maniere name. I think since they've kind of rinsed and repeated that same playbook, and it's kind of fizzled out, you know, as far as the sneaker audience. So I would say, as far as James Whitner taking his talents now from Nike and Jordan Brand over to Adidas, I think we wouldn't be the first person actually that we've seen do that. I mean, you can recall like previously we've seen Sean Wotherspoon do that, also Edison Chen and the brand Clot, which I would say as far as their experiences, things didn't go so well. So I would say James Whitner may be in for a rude awakening when taking his talents over to Adidas. So I would say as far as like Social Status, Ama Maniere collaborations with Adidas, I mean, outside of like a Gazelle or a Samba, I really don't see any of those being a hit like that. But then again, you never know what the future holds. You never know what trends can establish and what we will see come next year. So I think this is a huge move, a big shakeup in the world of sneakers. Now, with him signing a multi-year partnership with Adidas, it doesn't mean that things are completely over for Nike and Jordan Brand, as we haven't gotten an official statement from any parties as of yet. Remember, this is all just allegedly kind of like investigative reporting done by the original sources. So we'll see what happens once some of the big publications start to put out this story. But it looks like we will see some Ama Maniere Social Status collaborations with Adidas come next year. Who knows what the future holds with Nike and Jordan Brand. Of course, recently they've had some big leadership changes, so maybe things are done and he's completely taking everything from there over to Adidas. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds. So I think things won't be as sweet for James as he thinks it is, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. Now, in other sneaker news, it looks like Nike has just pissed off a whole bunch of people, which of course right now they got a lot of negative press. I feel like they really can't take any more negative headlines, but apparently, according to Brendan Dunn from over there at Complex, Nike will be resuming its partnership with controversial artist Tom Sachs, which earlier this year, several negative allegations in regards to running a toxic work environment. We're not going to get into all of the details, but earlier this year, people were calling for this man to be canceled. Nike then went ahead and paused the partnership, but then I guess months later, after reviewing everything, they will be resuming work. So in an official statement, Nike said Tom has demonstrated and recommitted to fostering a culture of respect and inclusivity. We can confirm that our work with Tom will continue, and this next chapter of Nike Craft will uphold our shared passion for team product and storytelling excellence. So Tom also issued an official statement saying, I'm honored that we will continue to build together as a Nike Craft team and community. The Mars Yard 3.0 is in its final stage of development and is currently being wear tested. I'm excited to share more soon. So are you excited for Nike to be resuming their partnership with Tom Sachs? Let's go ahead and see some people's reaction from across social media, as this dude put, bad behavior shouldn't be rewarded, but this seems to be like the new norm nowadays. We also had somebody saying, so he's good, but Kyrie gets cut? Makes sense. Somebody also said, assuming the allegations haven't been adjudicated in his favor or proven to be false, this is a terrible look. So it seems like people ain't too happy about this. Some folks will say that Nike went back to working with Travis Scott. So the Tom Sachs reboot is no surprise. Nike is always going to choose money over accountability. That seems to be true in corporate America. Somebody also chimed in saying, yet bringing Kanye back can't be mentioned. Shake my head. I thought that was a funny one. So Nike is good with sexism and racism and perversion. Noted. Woo, they getting a little spicy over here. And then I feel like the best one that sums it all up right here, this dude put, I just don't understand. The GPS brown and blue colorway came out, did numbers, was sought after, the news broke, then the other two colorways released, it was silent on those. How does Nike look at that? Then say, oh, let's bring him back, it's been long enough, the hype will be there. Yeah, I really don't see what Nike is doing right here. I feel like as far as once we heard the original news, just as this dude mentioned, the upcoming Tom Sachs releases, nobody was really checking for him. So it seems like the controversy did have a negative impact on the product. So I don't see where Nike thinks this is a good move to bring Tom Sachs back. And the only thing I could really think of is he must be like best friends with a top Nike executive. So let me know what you guys think. And are you excited for the return, or the launch, I should say, of the upcoming Mars 3.0? And lastly, before I bounce, yesterday I forgot to mention that we actually lost NBA legend Dikembe Mutombo, who passed away at the young age of 58 from brain cancer. So some of his career accolades would include 8 times an NBA All-Star. He also won Defensive Player of the Year 4 different times, and a whole lot more accolades. But as far as like my fondest memories as a kid growing up in the 90s would definitely have to be the finger wave. I can't remember exactly what game it was. I think it was the playoffs or something like that, where MJ like just dunked in his face, and then of course he hit him back, returned with the classic finger wave. I want to say MJ got a tech or something like that, but it was just something I'll never forget. So salute to the legend. I think at one point he even had his own signature Adidas sneaker, like in the early 90s or something like that. So definitely gone too soon. And speaking of resting in peace, you know, RIP to the GOAT Virgil, which his birthday actually passed yesterday. So on his very special day, it looks like the parent company of his brand Off-White actually sold the brand. So LVMH, who owns like a whole bunch of different brands, including Louis Vuitton, as well as a whole bunch of other luxury brands, they actually have sold Off-White, which was founded by Virgil in 2013, coming off the strength, or kind of like a rebrand of his popular brand Pyrex at the time. So after Virgil's untimely passing, it seemed like the brand kind of struggled to maintain the same level of relevancy and has been suffering from disappointing sales. So it looks like LVMH has kind of disrespected Virgil, I would have to say, on his birthday by selling his brand. I don't think it could be a coincidence, you know, that this sale actually took place on that special day. So let me know what you guys think about this. As far as the legacy and the future of Off-White, that's all up in the air. I thought we were going to see a whole bunch of Nike collaborations, but it seems like those have kind of been on pause. So hopefully Nike will continue to honor the legacy of the late and great Virgil with some collabs, because I hope this isn't the end of Off-White, you know, with the sale of the company and everything like that. But that's all I got got for you guys today. If you guys you know, enjoyed today's video, I don't want to end things on a sour note. Let's keep the positive energy going. Make sure y'all smash the like button, and more importantly, please drop all of your feedback down below. So until next time, stay safe, still stay blessed. I'm JA, and I will catch you guys next time. I'm out. Love.